Religion, ritual, and creation are all vital pieces of Maidu culture and essential to our way of life. My Maidu ancestors had many ritualistic ceremonies, dances, and their own creation stories. A great deal of this is lost, but some are still maintained today in our current state. My main body of knowledge and research comes from Roland B. Dixon and his phenomenal work with the Maidu during the Huntington expedition between 1899 and 1903. I am also using myself as a source, as I am Maidu and can speak on contemporary tribal matters. The Maidu have been divided into three groups by ethnographers. These groups follow geographical boundaries as well as linguistic and cultural. There is the Northeast Mountain Maidu, the Southern Valley Maidu, or Nisinan, and the Northwest Foothill Maidu, or Konkao. The focus of this project is on the Foothill Maidu, of which I am. Shamans, Yomai, are the most important individuals among the Maidu. There are two types of shamans in the Maidu. First, there are proper Yomai, shamans who can heal or afflict disease, and dreamer shamans, who deal with the spirits and the dead. A man may be a dreamer and not a shaman, but nearly all shamans were dreamers. Women may also be shamans in Maidu society. A shaman in the foothills Maidu tends to be a hereditary role. A person first learns of their becoming through dreams in which ghosts and spirits appear before them. They alert the head shaman, who then has them spend months training and learning songs and dances. Following this, the trainee shaman gets familiar with the spirits or spirit that are his guardian. In Maidu society, the Kuksu cult, or secret society as it is called, is very prominent. Every village has its own society, which is led by the most powerful shaman, who might also be the leader or headman. The secret society is male only, and membership was only possible through initiation. Generally, most men in Maidu society were eventually initiated. Initiation into the secret society could happen at any point. A man might be middle-aged, but generally, this happened when a boy was around 15. In the foothill, initiation would often happen at the end of a dance, when the head shaman would pick new members out and shut them in the dance house. What follows is an intense 8-day initiation where dances and all secret rites are learned from the shaman. Another important ritual in Maidu life is the burning ceremony. A mourning ceremony. The burning is not necessarily a cremation. The foremost method in Maidu society was a full burial. A person would usually be buried facing west in a burning ground among their ancestors. For a family that wants to do a burning, they must apply for membership beads and wear them for 5 years unless someone dies in that family, in which it is extended another 5 years. Once 5 years have passed, it can be burned. A date is set for the burning once everyone who holds burning beads votes. The burning ground is then prepared. Food is brought in, and baskets and articles to be offered in the burning as well. These articles include skins, bows, and other goods to be offered to the deceased in their soul's journey to the valley above as they set out east. Dances are another important part of Maidu life. In the foothills, Maidu dances are an integral part of many ceremonies and gatherings. While not nearly as extensive and complex as Valley Maidu, the foothill Maidu still made great use of these dances. The burning, the initiation into the secret society, shaman meetings, and many of the other ceremonies in Maidu society all featuring dancing. One of the most important ceremonies is the yokodi, or dedication ceremony to a new dance house. Dances regularly featured feather regalia and dress up as animals, such as deer and coyote. Creation among the Maidu is unique. Maidu believe we have always been where we are, and never did we tell a story of migration like Eastern Indians. Our story of creation follows the Creator, Earthmaker, and Coyote, who while canoeing on a great sea sought dry land. A turtle offered to bring mud from the bottom of the sea and help Earthmaker create the earth. Once this earth was made, the first people arrived. During this period, the first people were in great conflict until they all became the animals we see today. Earthmaker at this point sought to vanquish Coyote, whose evil ways contrasted his own. Coyote would, through cunning and trickery, win these confrontations from Earthmaker until at last he was conquered and fled east, coinciding with the arrival of the first Maidu ancestors and the rest of humanity. The Maidu share borders with many other tribes. To our west, the Wintun and Yana. To our east, the Paiute and Washo. To our south, the Miwok. And to the north, the Atsegui and the Achamawi. Maidu share with the Yana and Achamawi three tenets of our creation: the characters of Coyote and Earthmaker, the primeval sea, and that of our world floats on this sea. The Wintun and Pomo tribes also share with us the Kuksu cult. The Maidu only officially encountered Europeans around 1811, but it was not a short time later they were forcing Maidu to assimilate. Maidu would be Christianized, given new names, and stripped of their Indianness. Charlatans like the white man in this picture would get Maidu to sign one-sided treaties and swindle us of our ancestral territory. In 1847, a group of settlers around modern-day Chico met with friendly Maidu. This hospitality was in turn greeted with violence, as 10 to 13 Maidu were shot and killed. A further 30 Maidu, mostly women and children, were enslaved. The men who committed these horrible acts received no repercussions. In 1859, another massacre around Chico took place. This time, 40 Maidu were slain in Big Chico Creek. Today, this place is a park. With gold fever came the influx of violence, and with a mining district in the heart of Maidu territory, it was inevitable. Many Maidu were killed for scalps and bounties, or purely for sport. In 1863, the U.S. Army rounded up 460 Maidu from Chico. They marched this group, which consisted largely of elders, women, and children, for 2 weeks towards Covelo and Round Valley. Only 277 would survive or escape this brutal march. Many Maidu were without supplies and died each night. This is known to our people as the Concow Trail of Tears, and is reenacted annually to remember this agonizing part of our history. The Maidu persevered through all these hardships and even through assimilation. Kroeber put the number of Maidu in 1910 around 1,100, and a census in 1930 put the number around 93. And while these figures might not be accurate, they give an idea of the trend of the Maidu population. We came close to extinction. Today, we number over 2,000, just counting 3 rancherias of Concow Maidu. The Concow Maidu band I am a member of is Moortown Rancheria. We are descendants of Maidu who lived in Moortown. Currently, we reside in Orville, California, but we have acquired back land our ancestors once resided. We have adapted our means, and still many tribal members retain traditions, knowledge, and culture. The future of the Maidu seems poised for growth. While I cannot speak for other bands of Maidu, my band has acquired back some of the traditional lands of the Middle Fork of the Feather River and are looking to acquire more. Maidu are one of the large groups of Indians in California. With many different bands, I see grouping together as an avenue for a stronger future and culture. Bringing awareness to people that we are still here and strong, but we are still facing injustice is just a start towards this goal. Thank you.